her to spit it all over the next fireplace she sees? Did she warm up the city of Bothell for 2 hours? If I had 3 different types of bird seed, could I plant them in 3 separate gardens and hope that each separate type of bird would roost and make a nest in that garden separately so that I could distinguish between the 3 birds based on which seed I planted in which garden? If I had a bluebird seed, a redbird seed, and a fucking shitty-ass crow seed, you think I could throw them across the Atlantic Ocean and hope that a tree could birth in the same amount of time that I could bust my nut on a hose eyeball? Is there a possibility that if I close my eyes real tight and shut my eyes real tight, the second that I opened them would coincide with me busting a nut? Is that a possibility? If I took my ball sack, I cut it off my nut, I sewed a cape, and I tried to jump from the top of 228, could I make it to the other side of 228 as my nutsack, as a cape? If somebody called me in the middle of the night and asked me if a robber could possibly scale a 2-story building, I would say probably not. It depends on how cold it is. And then if it was below 20 degrees, if he had a magnet on the inside of his butt cheek, could he magnetize my nut to nut on his butt cheek? If I tried to nut on a girl's face and at a 45-degree angle, you put some type of coconut, could I fill up a coconut milk bottle with a Mai Tai? Is that possible? Is that possible? If I took Mario Andretti and I called him Mario Luigi from Mario Brothers, would he be able to bust a block with his face after jumping up 2 to 3 feet in the air? Or would I have to assist him? Would I have to give him some kind of hand truck to move his couch into his apartment because he just got evicted? Because I understand if you're busting blocks, you would get evicted. If he opened a brand new 5th of vodka and he put it around his belt loops like a belt, and then he went to work, would he get fired? If I came to work and I had a belt and I was chugging vodka out of it, but I could still produce the same amount of work as any normal sober worker, do you think I'd get a raise? Do you think if I took Will's TV and I broke it apart and I put a brand new tube in it and it fucking made it HD 3D, would I get a Nobel Peace Prize? If I took this carpet and I replaced the whole carpet, and by the time Will came home, he replaced his cats with a brand new water bottle, and he pressed left stick on the left control panel, do you think his cat would come out as a dog? Do you think if his cat took a shit and a dog ate it, he would be impregnated by some type of weird cat dog? And when he tried to have birth, the fucking vet wouldn't know what was going on, so he would abort the fetus. But then I would come through, I would steal the fetus and raise it into a mature cat dog, and then we made a Nickelodeon sitcom about it. And the cat dog, you asked him if he ran a mile, and he would lie and say he did, but he really just chased his tail for 2 or 3 feet. And the trick is you put a hot dog on a stick, and put a dog on a treadmill, and then you act like the dog can get the fucking hot dog, but you just trick him into doing exercise. But if I made an exercise video and I used a dog as a fucking exercise ball, but I rolled it up into some type of cinnamon roll type shape, and then I put icing on it, do you think I could pass it off as a Cinnabon? But then I took it to the mall, and do you think if I traded him for a slushie, I could put my cum in a slushie and sell it for $5 an ounce? But do you think that if I tried to drive my car, but it was kind of icy out, but then I took this cat dog and I wrapped it around my tires, and I acted like it was chains, but it wasn't really chains, but if I put spiked studs on my cat's face and I wrapped it around my tire well, do you think I could buy a new car for $300? If my car ran out of batteries, do you think I could call AAA and it might give me a discount just because I'm wearing the Hulk's foreskin as a blanket. Do you think the Hulk's foreskin is the warmest type of blanket? Do you think the Hulk came up with the Side Sleeper Pro? I don't know, he might have. He's a pretty smart guy if he knew how to make his foreskin into a blanket. Do you think he gets mad when he turns into the Hulk? He's a normal-ass dude, he's got a normal-ass job, and he turns into a 7-foot faggot with a dick the size of the next Mexican you found, and then he put his dick, but it's really his foreskin.